Look out.
Hello, Brickster buddies, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be sorting Lego, bulk Lego, that I've had for a while. I've been slowly sorting this out on and off for about 3 months. I decided to make a deal with myself. I said to myself, no more buying new Lego until you get that bulk tote figured out.
I don't know why I took that deal. It was a terrible deal.
Kitty, I've been sitting on this bulk for a long time. It's past due to do something about it. I've got a good, clean work area, so let's get into this. I've been working on sorting this for a while. It's a very interesting mix of Lego from 1970s all the way up through the 90s. And, of course, you get printed tiles. I've gotten a couple of those, bionicle pieces, and, old rubber bands. The first thing I'll do is separate these oddball pieces. I've got a special spot for those. The next thing I do is I'll grab all the bullets and I'll go ahead and throw those right into the collective. Otherwise, they'll just roll all over the table while you're sorting. So we've got the first scoop all sorted out into different piles with like elements. Everybody will have a unique way of doing this, but this is how I like to separate out mine. Eventually, I'll have 2 rows of elements, sort of like a double rainbow. To save space while I sort, I will put certain elements away as I go in these easily reachable containers on my workspace. However, as for these two, I have special spots for those. Specialty plates, or what you know as printed tiles. And of course, Mr. Judge needs his gavel. I've been looking for this for a long time. I'm glad it finally showed up. Besides, how can you make a ruling without being able to slam your gavel on the desk? Check it out, printed bricks. This kid was not kind. I've found so many broken and colored on pieces. Wonder what this is for. We'll put it up here with specialty bricks or printed bricks. Let's do another scoop. Oh, hey, cool. Look at this thing. I think I have a hole for this. I remember the set this hole comes from, but I don't think this brick goes with it. If I'm right about the hole, then that police brick does not go with this set. Vintage minifigure circa 1974, Legoland printed brick, bionicle pieces, and that thing. I can finally see the bottom of this tote, and I'm all fired up to get this done. So I'm grabbing out the 2x4s out of this scoop, and hey, what are you looking at? So now I'm grabbing out all the 1x whatever elements to throw in that pile, and oh, that's gruesome. I wonder what happened to him. I love getting random stuff in your Lego bulk. It totally rocks. Oh, heck yeah! Finally, I found Cragger's legs. Come with me, my friend. I have your legs. This is going to feel so good. There you go, buddy. Now all I need to do is find your hand, and you'll be right as rain. Let's play another game of Lego or not Lego. It looks like Lego, but it doesn't say Lego. And when it's Lego, it usually does somewhere. Let's do another one. How about this piece? Is that Lego or is it not Lego? It looks like Lego and feels like Lego. Must be Lego? We've made great progress getting through that tote. Look at these piles. They're getting enormous. They're kind of running out of space. Nuts. Getting very near the end of this tote now, and these piles are so large they are spilling over into each other. But must keep going. Oh man. We all know what these are, right? These are for the old tires. These you used to plug those into that side hole there. Like so. Okay. Right. But this thing, what is that? You can see through it. It's got holes for tires. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Old school. I found something strange. You want to see? Look at that. Who is it? Anybody know? It's cool. The last few scoops out of any tote are always filled with trash. Look at all of that. And what are those? You know how many of those I've found? And I don't even know what it is. I found another cool head. I don't know who it is, though. Who's that? Is it Shaq? Is it Lando? I don't know, but it's cool. This is the last bit of it. And look what we got. Some Beskar. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. What? You kidding me? Bunch of trash and noise. What else? Oh, look at all these flowers. Yay. Nice try, fella. Here we are. We're all sorted out now. Look at all of that. All of this came out of that one tote. It's unbelievable how big of a mess it makes. And here's some of my favorite Lego finds. Those, of course, all will have a special place. I'm gonna have to rebuild that boat. And we got some armor. Looks like some Beskar. Bionicle mask. And my favorite non-Lego. Got a shoe and a belt. Flag, broken sign there, non-flower. Real money. Fake money. And of course, all this stuff. Bionicle bits. Which I will end up putting in that tote down there. So yeah, good stuff. Lots of good finds in there. But it does make an awful mess out of your workspace. Blech. Now that we're done with the major sort, we'll move on to the minor sort. I like working left to right, so we'll start there on the inside of my double rainbow. Got my first pile sorted. Axles, bushings, poles, that sort of thing. All of that stuff will fit into these smaller containers here. As you can see, they're all getting pretty full. I already have an overspill bucket full of small bushings that just won't fit in these little drawers. But yeah, you get the idea. I separate all that stuff out and slowly work it back into the collective, one drawer and one pile at a time. It's good stuff. Got that first pile put back into the collective. Now we'll move on to the last part of this rainbow. Now we've got all these sorted out into their piles, and I'm left with this 1x1 plate with ring, which goes back there. And all of those are kind of buried behind that. So for now, we'll just put this plate with this pile here. And that's all stuff that goes back there too. These are what I call swing hinges. I have a row right here dedicated to all my different types of hinges. Swing hinges are on the bottom. Then we've got vertical and ball hinges, and then my oddball hinges, which are a collection of different types of hinges. So we'll throw those in there, and then we'll come down and pick up our vertical hinges, throw those in with those. Ball hinges are next, so we'll grab those and throw them in there too. Initially, when I do a major sort, I put all the bar elements together in one big pile. When it comes to the minor sort, I don't feel like sorting those into multiple containers, so I just threw them all in the same drawer together. Now, at some point, I'm going to have to fix this, but today is not that day. Now that we're done with the first tier of that rainbow, we can go back to the beginning and start all over again, left to right. And boom, just like that, it's sorted. I got a special spot for all these tracks. Look at that. And then back over here, those pyramids, yeah, they go up there. All that's sorted into the collective. Now it's time for smooth plates. Smooth plates. Hard to find, hard to sort, hard to take apart, but easy on the eyes. We'll start with those. What time is it? Sorting time. Got all that sorted out. Very nice. Looks like I missed a few smooth plates, but that's okay. And yeah, all that in there. Next thing to go to the collective, odd plates. Odd plates all sorted out. Yummy. Hey, now that they have heart-shaped plates, do I have to make them with those still? So now we're going after these. When it comes to sorting 2x plates, I do all the large stuff first, and I end up putting the 2s and 3s together, so I just pick out the 4s and the rest are ready to go into the collective. What's next, you ask? Plates! But it's not just those, it's also all of these. When I started running out of room on the table, I started putting plates in this bag. Look at all those. Now that it's all sorted out and I'm looking at it, that's actually a lot of plates for such a small bin of bulk. I got that really big rounded one there and a, what, vehicle plate maybe? But look at all these. I'm not sure it'll all fit. Now the objective is to figure out how to make it all squeeze into these very full bins. My next pile is barricaded behind all of my random 1x pile. The issue I'm having with sorting this pile is that if I sort that, I'm going to have to deal with this, and that's already overflowing. What are you going to do? First world Lego problems. Maybe I'll just start over here and work my way back to those, and those will be last. First pile on the right, all sorted out here. All those go back there. So, gotta pull all that out and get back in there. The next pile was all the angled bricks, so I've got those sorted out now. I always do minifigure stuff last, so that leaves tires and bricks. And those, but I don't want to do those.
I want to do those. Let's get into it.
There's all the 2x bricks separated out into their individual piles.
Hey, you're in the wrong pile.
Almost done with all this stuff. Hey,
Let's start a tire fire.
I usually put all the vehicle parts together, pretty much aero vehicle or, whatever's round will go in the tire pile. It just seemed to make sense that way for a major sort phase. Okay, just 2 piles left. Looks like I gotta move this out of the way. So we'll scooch this over here. And, hey, what's that? It's an eyeball. Sweet. I usually reserve that back pile for window elements, plant materials, wall elements, doors, things like that. Mainly window and wall elements. But look at all those. It's super cool because they're hard to come by. Let's get these sorted. The minifigure pile is usually reserved for anything minifigure related, whether it be boxes or crates or handheld items, backpacks, weapons, hair, hats, torsos, legs. Look at these cool vintage minifigs. I also got a bunch of old heads with all the print worn off. And then, of course, 1980s Space Guy. Yeah. So I went ahead and reconstructed these minifigures circa 1974. Here's Granny and the kids. Poor Billy. He lost his arm in a horrible firecracker accident, but he's learned to enjoy the smaller things in life, which makes Mom and Dad happy. And everything would seem fine on the surface, but really, Mom had an affair with the milkman. Nobody really knows why. It could be his receding hairline or his horrible taste in fashion, but either way, the mom and the milkman's sinful union brought about these two wonderful baskets of joy. The Siamese twins, one of them's cool, the other one's kind of a jerk. Don't feel bad for them though, because they're spoiled. So to be able to fit all of my larger 1x bricks into the collective, I'm gonna need to have to sort out this. I'm gonna try the brick stack method to reserve space. Wow, what do you know? I think it's actually gonna work. I can't believe it. I've got so much space left. Okay, that's the way to do it. Sorting the last pile from that enormous bulk tote.
Let's do this.
There it is. Looks smaller than I imagined. But there is all of this. And we just pop this right in there. Oh yeah. I just realized that my 1x4 drawer is really full. Okay, moment of truth. Nice and easy. Oh my god. It works. Sweet. That was a lot of sorting. I'm so glad it's done. Now there's only one thing left to do. I have to add to the separator tree. I started the separator tree when we moved into our new house, and I started going through all of the bulk Lego that I have accumulated over the years. This particular bulk came from an ex-coworker of Mrs. Brickster. He had a few Lego as a kid, and I believe he was gifted his older brother's Legos when he got into it. So I think that's where the vintage minifigures and the 1974 minifigures came from, which, by the way, I am super honored to have in my collection. So thank you, wherever you are. So aside from the Bionicles and the vintage Lego that I found in this bulk, here's some other interesting items that I found along the way. I don't necessarily have a spot for these pieces. It's not stuff I typically come across in bulk. I mean, that's an odd bushing. I don't think I've ever seen one like that before. And of course, the old train parts that I'm not even sure I know how to use. I'd have to find some instructions to figure out what to do. And of course, don't forget the Lego, not Lego, question mark. That's all I got for today, Brickster Buddies. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And if you made it this far in the video, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And you know what? Tell some people. Tell your mom. Tell your dad. Heck, we can all watch it together. You want to watch it again?